Hello and welcome to this Sunday's edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Kadia Loy-Knight. We have a wonderful show planned for you. More when we return.
The sun is no joke, especially in the middle of the day. So, what do you do to protect yourself?
Slap on some sunscreen that's SPF 30 or higher. Sunscreen should be broad spectrum and water resistant, especially for beach or pool days, and reapplied every 2 hours. And while you're at it, slip on a shirt to protect your skin. Light, breathable fabrics are best.
Lastly, seek shade between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. because this is when the sun's UV rays are strongest. Skin safety is your safety. Cover up today and try your best to keep cool. Oh, I know I've already said it, but please remember, not because we're black means we don't need sunscreen. All skin types do.
It's becoming a major showcase for Jamaican creativity and enterprise. The 12th staging of the Christmas in July trade show is once again connecting local manufacturers with new business opportunities. More in this next feature.
Often see this, our product, and think it's just a popsicle. I see Jamaican farmers, I see local fruit, I see culture, I see manufacturing, tourism, innovation, and now export potential.
The Christmas in July trade show has had many successes. Kadeen Harvey with her business Fruit Blossoms is just one of them. Now in her 4th year, her business has grown and she is now seeing the benefits of her hard work.
That journey didn't just happen by chance. That's what Christmas in July has helped Fruit Blossoms to create. It happens because organizations like TEF created a platform where artisans and small manufacturers could be seen.
Now in its 12th year, the trade show is bigger than ever, generating more than $1 billion in business between local suppliers and the tourism sector, making it one of the government's most effective business development initiatives. Indeed, local manufacturers are being given priority.
Local First is an economic strategy to convert tourism demand into tourism production. Jamaican contracts, Jamaican jobs, and Jamaican wealth.
The trade show has engaged 849 distinct manufacturers since its 2015 launch, with participation growing from 72 companies in its inaugural year to a peak of 212 exhibitors in 2024, many of whom have become success stories.
We're talking about Brescia, we're talking about Bartlett's all in boards, we're talking about Cabrica designs, and we could go on and on. So as companies get success and they go up the supply chain, they don't necessarily come back to Christmas in July. I don't mean that they don't exist. It means they're able to go into other markets to make space for other people.
Others, like the 121 new applicants that made the cut this year and the 59 returnees.
Tourism plays a very big part of Jamaica's culture, and Brand Jamaica is a name by itself, and so I want Femi Beauty to also be Brand Jamaica. So.
I think here the organic products do really, really well. So I thought, let me introduce that to the market and see the response.
I heard about it through a friend, and I said it would be a very good opportunity for my business to grow. I make handcrafted scented dessert candles. They're in different fragrances. I have a coffee candle which smells just like coffee.
I do arts and craft. Once it is named art, I do it. Because this is not the only thing that I do. And it's all a gift from God. And I've been here twice now, and trust me, this is really a booster for people that really like to use what they were born with to make money off it, to earn a living.
We've actually evolved our business from the regular stretch bracelets. We've added latch bracelets, and we've also added wire-infused earrings. So we move from just the bead that you wanna go for your hand and we put it on your ears.
I make a variety of different things. It's based on how I'm feeling and what inspires me. So I draw inspiration from very, very different things. For instance, this circle toast was inspired by Jamaican dessert, Thai leaf, that my grandmother used to make, one of my favorites. And so I just pulled from that inspiration and crafted a bag that represents what that means for me and something Jamaican.
What I'm actually wearing is the Jamaica textiles. It is trademarked. It is the first visual language system in Jamaica. From out of many one people is translated into a visual language. It's not just a fabric. You can use it in bathrooms on tiles. You can use it in the hotels for carpets. And as you can see here, even drapery.
We're launching our line called Maker's Mark. So today we're basically showcasing the use of embroidery and print to basically create art. So we're a conventional company that normally print and stitch, but now we're creating art using the same embroidery and print.
In my time here, I've had the opportunity to, one, make sales, right? Introduce our product to new customers, as well as we've actually made contact with buyers, at this event, which enabled us to get into the airport, and currently we're talking to a hotel.
Jampro, JMEA, TEF, they've all come together to give us opportunities that we could not imagine just by participating in this event. We've had some contracts, so we've made sales just by participating.
It has been a great experience. I've learned and developed a lot of clientele and developed a lot of exposure. Long-term clients who I'm still working with today.
All of our tourists come here for not just the experience of sands. They take back products with them. And if each tourist that comes to Jamaica can take a piece of what anybody has to offer, it is selling Jamaica. So they would take Jamaica back with them.
I would recommend you all to come to Christmas in July, and if you're wondering how, just apply. The Tourism Enhancement Fund Instagram page and other social media platforms has the information there. You just need to listen and look out and you'll find it.
Applications to gain a spot at the trade show were accepted from April 7 through to May 29. But for those who aren't so lucky, they aren't sent away empty-handed. No, they get the opportunity of having professionals look at their work and give feedback. But for the fortunate few seen here, this is only the beginning.
While this is one market, there is exposure to other markets. Before we even think of exports, there are people come here and encourage them, okay, I'd love you to display in my gift shop. I'd love you to display in my supermarket, in my store. We'd love you to display in the tourism industry. We also take them to whatever event. So whether it is a Sumfest, or it is a coffee festival, or it is a rum festival, whatever activities we're having, or we take a subset of the artisans with us.
This event have done so much for me. I mean, I've got calls a lot of times from persons who saw my business in the catalog of the Tourism Enhancement Fund catalog, and one of the things I can remember that stand out is the minister, the tourism minister of Singapore, came and he bought a painting from me, the original of this one, and it's now in the museum in Singapore. and I'm so proud because of this event.
So it's safe to say that the trade show has been a success and that it is one of the reasons these artisans come back.
Think positively. Focus on the power of optimism and hope. The thoughts we nurture shape our attitudes, actions, and ultimately our lives. So, reflect on the good in your life.
On the heels of the 12th staging of the Christmas in July trade show, we take a closer look at how the Jamaica Business Development Corporation is helping Jamaican entrepreneurs turn business ideas into sustainable enterprises. Let's join the discussion.
Welcome to Get the Facts, the program that provides you with information on the latest topics. I'm Theodore Henry. Today's program focuses on an area that touches many Jamaicans: starting, growing, and sustaining a business. Whether you already operate a small enterprise or you're thinking about turning an idea into income, understanding the support available can make all the difference. So joining us is Mr. Harold Davis, Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, JBDC. We'll be looking at how the organization supports micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. Welcome to Get the Facts. Sir Davis, welcome to Get the Facts for you as well.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, let's jump right into getting some facts. Now, everybody might not be familiar with what JBDC does. They know JBDC, you know.
Yes,
what does it do? Help us with that.
Well, JBDC is the government's agency responsible for the development of micro, small, and medium-sized businesses. It means that if you have an idea of starting a business, we are the place to get to. If you are just starting and you need some structure, formalization, some structure, we are the place to get to. Okay. If you are in business and looking to grow your business, we are the place to get to. So we provide a whole suite of technical assistance and business assistance from concept, we say, to market. And of course, we are an agency in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce.
Got it. So essentially, you are the place to go to.
Absolutely.
At every stage of the business.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You highlighted micro, small, medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs. Why are MSMEs so important to Jamaica?
MSMEs are the backbone of any economy. In Jamaica, they account for more than 85% of employment, you know. So it's huge. It's huge. Last estimates by IDB puts the number of in the region of 440,000 such entrepreneurial businesses in Jamaica. So it's huge, you know.
Right.
It is, and in any economy worldwide, it is the backbone of the economy, substantively, because it provides critical employment and critical job creation and critical movement of the GDP of any country.
Right. So in a country, you might be thinking, oh, it's the big ones, the multi-million and maybe a billion, but the little ones are you use the word backbone.
Absolutely. And the truth be told is that MSMEs are the closest to the community of a community. So you develop MSMEs, you develop communities immediately. Develop MSMEs, especially at the micro level, you develop families, you know. So it's closest to indigenous development of the country.
Got it. All right. So give us a sense of how JBDC goes about what it does. Maybe you can give me an example at each stage. Starting. What do you do?
Well, first of all, if you have an idea, like I mentioned before, JBDC is the place to go, because not all ideas perhaps should be manifested into business. We are the place that tells you, look, you need these type of expertise to execute this particular idea? Do you have the market for this particular idea? Do you have the supply chain and the value chain? Where do you fit into the story? Should you go into business in this particular area? And if you should, you need A, B, C, X, Y, Z to enter the business.
So at the idea level, if I can jump in here, you help the budding entrepreneur think it through.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. If you have started, many persons have started business and they have started in a kind of informal way. You know, we help you to move that informality into formalization. You know, we help you to make sure that you're registered with the right persons. Companies Office of Jamaica. If you're in food, you're talking about BSJ. Right. You're talking about your formalizations from SRC and so on. So if you have already started a business, whatever business you have already started in, again, and we're looking to structure, you're looking to validate your market. Here is where you come to as well. So you're past the ideation stage that you perhaps would have started, right. But you need some structure now because you need, obviously, there's no good business unless, of course, it's profitable and it's viable. Right. So we help you to make sure that you have that structure. If you need a business plan, if you need a strategic plan, if you need to access particular types of financing, whether it is grant financing or loan financing or whatever it is, if you're already in business and you're looking to structure for growth, right. Here is where you come to as well. No. And then, of course, if you are more advanced and have been in business for many years, but you're looking perhaps to explore new markets, you're looking to scale, you're looking to perhaps export, you know? Yeah. You're looking to go into new products, perhaps, as an entrepreneur, as a serial entrepreneur. Again, here's where you come to, so for that hand-holding, that advice, that training product to make sure that when you scale in the right way and it's sustainable.
Got it. And just to underline something that you've said, at the ideation phase, because I know there are a couple of people watching thinking, how do I move forward? JBDC doesn't just help to validate the idea, you also help to get the business started?
Yes, man. We guide you accordingly, wherever you need to go to get the business started properly. Here is where you need to come to, yeah? So like I said before, we have an excellent relationship. Companies Office of Jamaica is one of the 20 companies, 20 agencies that are under our Ministry of Industry and Investment and Commerce. So if you need definitely to the right form of registration, again, we guide you accordingly.
Want to make it easier?
We'll make it easier, man. If you, the long and short of it all, Theo, is that if you're looking to start, if you're looking to grow your business, you come to JBDC.
Okay. we need to go to a break right now. We're going to continue this discussion with the Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, Harold Davis. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Every day, we share personal information online, at work, and on our phones. But once it's shared, it can't always be taken back. Protect your data by avoiding oversharing, using strong passwords, and never clicking suspicious links. Be careful what you post. Don't share your live location, and keep your devices updated and secure.
Remember, your data is valuable. Protecting it isn't optional, it's necessary.
Welcome back to Get the Facts. We are continuing our discussion with Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, JBDC, Harold Davis. Sir Davis.
Yes.
So from your position, you can see the field, and this one might be a little bit prickly, but it's a necessary question, I think.
Yes.
What have been some of the common mistakes that you see the entrepreneurs make?
Funny that you should use the word necessary. Some persons jump into business out of necessity and in a survival kind of mode, rather than a thought through kind of structured mode, meeting a particular need, you know? And that is a common mistake, you know? It's a knee jerk, you have to get into business, so you just jump into it head first type of thing, without having thought it through and without there being establishment of a particular need for that particular business or a particular product. Okay. That's a common mistake. Second is really, and sometimes we Jamaicans, you know, are like this, we don't like to ask for help. You know?
Self-made man.
No man. Ask for help. Ask for help. There are entities like JBDC, and let's talk about JBDC, that will provide you with that assistance that you need, that thinking through. Sometimes you need a second head or a third head when you're starting a business. Ask for help. It's available so that, you know, the mistakes are less, you know, and you are able to grow and scale much more sustainably.
Yeah. Because the thinking is, I'm tying this to something you said in our first half, that the MSMEs touch the community level. And if you develop those, you develop the community. So the business owner, the business starter, the budding entrepreneur wants to go far, not just fast.
Absolutely. That's very important. Another critical thing is to go in without the necessary skills. Sometimes we talk about entrepreneurial education, and it's very, very important. Knowing how to cost your product, knowing how to get into a particular market, knowing how to scale, knowing how to reach a particular consumer in a particular way. JBDC offers a suite of training products that will help you from concept, again, to market, So access training. JBDC does it. We have fundamentals of business, starting a business, growing a business type of thing. We have several suites of training products that will help you access them.
Nice. So we're still in the aftermath of Melissa.
Yes.
It always has to come up.
Yes.
And in after that storm, and I know a lot of businesses were impacted.
Yes.
Is there anything specific that JBDC might be doing to support MSMEs?
Oh yes. We're doing quite a bit. We have developed a specific program that goes into the communities, looking at the businesses, looking at helping businesses to build back their businesses with far greater amount of resilience. With simple things like understanding your sources of raw material to make sure that it's not from one particular source. You know, simple things like that. Right. Understanding where you market your product to make sure that you have multiple market channels and that type of thing. Looking at green technology. We have a program that we're rolling out now to support our businesses where that is concerned. We just signed an agreement with UNIDO to help businesses that were affected in the agro-industrial sector, to help them, again, to build back more sustainably, more resilient and stronger.
So JBDC has officers in the field, or do we need to invite?
No. We have officers in all parishes. We have offices in all parishes that touch all parishes. So definitely we have officers in the field. But of course you can come to us and access our products and services through our www.jbdc.net or any of the JBDC Jamaica social media handles.
Got it. Straightforward question. Is now a good time to start a business? And in what sectors?
Now is always a good time to start a business, but start it how? That's the question,
Right.
Because we're not just talking about doing business, we're talking about doing business differently, doing business more sustainably, doing business smarter, using technologies, using digitalization and so on. And by the way, we have a huge Digital Jamaica program, which we spoke about the last time I was here. Doing business smarter, wherever there's a catastrophe, there's always opportunities.
Yes.
And there is amazing still how some of our entrepreneurs have pivoted because of the catastrophe, which is called the Melissa. Yeah. So there is always opportunity. And which areas? There's agro-industrial sectors. We'll always need to feed ourselves. There's always need for food security, especially what's going on now globally.
Yeah.
There's always going to be need for food security. So that
David,
is always.
You're saying get into farming?
Get into farming, get into the agro-processing.
So everything that surrounds farming, distribution,
yes.
Okay.
But get into it, not hoe and fork. Get into it with technology-driven farming. Agrotech is where it's at. Agrotech is where it's at. And more and more young persons are getting into agriculture, but it's agrotech.
Right, and saying agrotech might sound as if the barrier might be high to somebody, but you did mention that JBDC actually will help them find where to get financing, how to access it. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay.
So it's a good time.
Yeah, man. It's always a good time. It's agro and everything digital is a good time to start business now. But we have to be clever. We have to be smart. Ask for help, Theo. Ask for help. And JBDC is here to make that connection for you and make sure that your proposition is viable. I
have two more and we're almost done at the interview, so let me fit them in quickly. Does JBDC help MSMEs expand outside of Jamaica?
Yes, man. The world is the oyster. We don't prepare you for local market. We prepare you for international markets, So whatever business structure, business modeling and so on we're preparing you for, is for the international marketplace.
Okay.
Plus, we partner with our sister agencies like JAMPRO, like Trade Board, and like Bureau of Standards, etc., and to do programs which will carry the entrepreneur into the export market. So yes, the quick answer is yes.
The answer is yes. Could you run the website back for us?
It's www.jbdc.net, and of course you can be onboarded through the website as well. You don't have to speak to somebody. You can go on the website, click I want to be a client, and onboard yourself.
You all have made it very easy.
Absolutely.
Very easy. All right, thank you for joining us, Sir Davis. Thank you for the wealth of information you've given us here today. I know you've given somebody hope and their first steps.
Absolutely.
Or their next steps.
I hope so.
Until next time, I'm Theodore Henry. Thank you for joining us on Get the Facts.
Need legal advice? The Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs has you covered. Join the virtual legal consultation day, also known as the Legal Zoom Room, on Monday, July 20, 2026, from 9:30 a.m. to 12 noon. Receive free legal advice from the Legal Aid Council, all from the comfort of your home. Simply pre-register by scanning the QR code on your screen or join using the Zoom meeting ID 870-6667-0613. For more information, call 888-JUSTICE. Visit www.moj.gov.jm or follow at MOJOfficialJM. Get the legal advice you need. Register today and don't miss this free opportunity.
We have come to the end of today's show. I do hope that you enjoyed this package. To catch a repeat of this or any other, feel free to log on to our website at jis.gov.jm. Until next time, I'm Katie Aloy Knight. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.